4D aquarium style polish bottle acrylic nail art tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you this little 4D aquarium polish bottle where there's some glitter in it that actually goes up and down inside the polish bottle. Now that being said, I did have an incident because I was using a new light, which I will also be giving a review on. The light's not to blame, it is entirely my fault, and I almost decided not to upload this one, and I thought, you still get all the steps and you still know what happened, and you'll see that I do have technical difficulties, and I'll get into that a little bit more, but it doesn't look as aquarium-y as I would like, and I will tell you why soon enough. So I hope you like this, even though it's not quite perfect, and don't forget to click subscribe to my future videos as well. So here is the light that I'm going to be showing you, and this is from MiroPure. I hope I'm saying that right, not sure. And so actually the box was amazing, which I know sounds ridiculous, but the box was really, really nice. In fact, I kept it, and that's what I gave my dad his Father's Day gift in. He's like, yay, a UV light, and then I'm like, no, just open it. But anyways, so this one came with a really nice instruction manual. I know some of the lights I've gotten recently came with almost no instructions, and then two little Kiwi files. So this light in itself is quite a bit larger than ones that I have gotten recently, which not that that's a good or a bad thing, but there are times when it's a good thing and there's times it's a bad thing. So to have one that's a little bit bigger on hand is nice. And the base of it does come off, and it comes off actually a little bit easier than some, which again can be a good or a bad thing. I haven't had problems with it just falling off though, and I've actually been using it a lot. I've been using it in a salon, and it has so far worked out really, really well. And so then it's got a decently long cord, so I just plugged it in quick, and so it's got a thing where you can either press the buttons and the lights will turn on, or you can just stick your hand in there and it'll turn on its own to whatever the last time was that you had pressed. So if you are changing it from say 30 seconds to 60 seconds, if you press the 60-second button twice, it'll turn on for 60 seconds. If you press it once, it'll turn on once you put your hand in. I hope that makes sense, but so that's how that works, and I've been, like I said, using it in a salon, and I have had no problems with it. So yeah, so now I'm going to start working on the nail, and I'll go into the problem that I had that was more design flaw than it was the light's fault. So I'm just going to start with a layer of white acrylic over the top of the entire thing, and then go through with a layer of clear acrylic to build up the strength. This little white and then clear acrylic layer thing I've used in like my last 6 design videos, so I must have been feeling that way, so I don't know. And I'm going to be filing it into shape, and I'm actually using a hand file for this, which I haven't done in a while. I wanted to feel that for just a moment, so I did that. So it's a 240 grit, and then going through with start out with a 180, now a 240 grit padded buffer, just to remove any scratches that the first file left behind, and then apply a layer of no wipe gel top coat. So make sure it's gel top coat, not gel sealer. And then I'm going to be burnishing in some duochrome powder. The one that I'm using is sort of a pink to purple. I'm just going to be really, really rubbing that in first with a little sponge that it comes with, and then I'm going to go through with a silicone tool and really press down and really, really, really rub. And I know that it's hard to actually see what is going on there, and I did not have enough of that little poster putty stuff under there, so my tip wanted to fall off. But I'm just going to keep really rubbing that in. I really wanted to get the best results I could out of some chrome powder for once and really do it right, so I decided to go for that. And then with a little piece of paper towel or a lint-free wipe, I just removed all the excess dust, and now I'm going to be applying a layer of gel sealer and curing it. And after all of that, multiple layers of dust buffing and burnishing, it looked pretty much flawless. So then with either more poster putty or some polymer clay, either one, it doesn't really matter, I'm going to be forming the shape that I want the inside of the polish bottle to be. So I'm just going to take that, and I had a little bit too much, so I'm going to get rid of some of it, re-roll it between my fingers into the right kind of shape the shape that I have in my head, and just kind of work it into the right. You don't want it to be too thick or too big, so you kind of have to make sure you want it to be smaller than you want the polish bottle to be. So keep in mind you want to kind of do this on the very slightly small side. Then wrap it very tightly with some plastic wrap, as tightly as you can, and try to get it as smooth as you can. And then cover up the top portion of the polish bottle the polish bottle mold. It's not a mold because it's, I don't know, whatever, with some clear acrylic. So just cover all that up with clear acrylic and just keep adding that on there, and then go over the bottom of the bottle. But you want to leave the top of it open, so the area that the brush would go into, the little neck of the bottle, make sure that you don't fill that in yet, because you want to make sure that you have someplace to put your glitter in. After that acrylic has fully set 100%, go ahead and remove the poster putty out of the center, and then remove the plastic wrap. It should just pull out. And then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to fill in any gaps that might happen to be on the inside, since there are going to be some wrinkles on your plastic plastic wrap, there's going to be a couple weird little lines on the inside. So just fill those in with a touch of that clear acrylic just to make sure that it's nice and smooth and, I don't know, just nice, and because that stuff will show. So now I'm going to be filing just a little bit of the polish bottle of just that edge that's kind of rough. So just make sure that that's not too bad, and then dust it. And then this is where it all went wrong. Put some gel sealer on the inside of the bottle. That's not the problem. The problem is you have to make sure that the gel sealer is 100% cured after you do this. So then throw that into your lamp and cure it. I cured it for 60 seconds in that light that I showed you, and it needed 120 seconds, which was my fault, and I don't know what went wrong there. I was having a bad brain day, and so that's what happened, and that gel sealer needs a little bit more time to cure than gel top coat, so I had an incident, and that's where it went wrong. So then you're also going to need to sculpt onto the polish brush, which you're just going to want to sculpt that with black right where you know that it's going to be inside the bottle, and then glue the bottle on top with some nail glue, which is dreadful stuff, but sometimes necessary. And then fill in any of the gaps between the polish bottle and the nail surface besides the neck of the bottle with clear acrylic, and make sure that you really are filling in all of the gaps. So just go through and add them. And I know for me there was one area, one corner, that there needed to be quite a bit more acrylic than other places. So I went back to my number 8 brush and I filled that in a little bit better than the rest of the areas. But just go through and make sure that you seal up all of those gaps. If there is a place where it isn't sealed, you're going to have a leaking aquarium, which if you've ever had an actual leaking aquarium in your house, you know that that is a bad thing. I know one of my aquariums, I've had a couple that have leaked in. That's no fun at all. Lots of towels and lots of trying to figure out how to get your fish out. Like I said, not fun. You don't want leaking aquariums. So make sure you fill in all of those gaps. And so then I'm also going to add just a little bit more clear acrylic to the bottom of the polish bottle, just because they've all got like a little bottom on them, a little bit of thicker glass right there. So I'm just going to add that. So just place that bead up against the bottom and then press it with the belly of your brush against it, just so that it's got that nice flat bottom. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to be using a cuticle pusher, and I'm going to be filling in the polish bottle with just a couple scoops of glitter. Now, since my gel sealer was not 100% cured, it was probably about 65% cured, a lot of this glitter stuck to the inside of the polish bottle and would not move then. So that's what happened there. So then after you have your glitter inside, add a bead of clear acrylic on top of the neck of the bottle, so seal that off, and then wait for the clear acrylic to turn matte. So just keep an eyeball on it, and while you're waiting for that, fill a syringe with either some water or some oil. Once it turns matte, poke your syringe in through that partially set acrylic, and then fill it in with the water or the oil, and then fill in that hole you just created from the syringe with a little bit more clear acrylic. Add a little bit more to the neck of clear acrylic to the bottle, just like that. So that, using that system where you completely fill in your hole and then you poke a new hole with the syringe, that's the way that I have decided is the best for filling the little aquarium designs, whatever they are. It's what's worked really well for me, and it would have worked out really well, and this design would have been pretty fantastic had I not under-cured my gel sealer, which is my own blonde moment, I guess. It is, just one of those days. So then after I have that done, I'm going to be starting to sculpt the cap of my bottle with some black acrylic. So I'm just going to be adding a couple layers of that. I do want it to be nice and thick and kind of have a dome. Since the polish bottle was an aquarium, it is very, very three-dimensional and sticks off the nail a pretty good amount. So I need to have the cap of the bottle or the lid of the bottle stick up a comparable amount so it doesn't look like it's oddly flat and doesn't look extra strange. So I used several beads of black acrylic just to smooth it out, and I didn't want to do it too much at one time so that I couldn't manage it. The black acrylic I have is a little bit finicky, so I gotta sort of do it in layers. And then I'm just going to apply a touch of gel top coat, cure it to one edge where I want the highlight, and then very slightly burnish in some more of that duochrome powder, and then highlight the glass, so the clear parts of the acrylic, with some white lines just of white paint, and then apply matte top coat over the lid or the cap of the polish bottle and some gel sealer over the glass part. At this point, you should easily be able to see the aquarium effect. Once again, had the gel sealer been 100% cured. It's just, those moments when you realize you do these things when it's a little bit too late and you just want to smack yourself upside the head. That was it. But I uploaded it anyway, and I hope that you guys appreciate that and see that, it's not everything I make works out well. I know I've had people ask me if I ever make mistakes, and yes, I do. And here's a pretty big one. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and please share any recreations with me, hopefully good ones, with me on Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully yours turns out better than mine does, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!